everyone, and welcome to another News Coolum video. Haven't been able to do one of these in a while. I'm not doing a full road trip, right? That today is just kind of a shopping day. Just trying to run some errands, grab some food and some medication and stuff like that. And there's some charging sites that I think have been updated, and then just some that are possibly in the works, but I haven't been by them in such a long time that I'm sort of taking a slightly different route. And so this is just going to be sort of a short runabout in Northern California, checking out some of the chargers, some of the charging infrastructure. And then, I did get new tires for my Chevrolet Bolt EV. They're the new Michelin Energy Savers, and I'm glad to be back in them. These are sort of the stock tires, but I get the ones without the goo. But I can't tell you the peace of mind of not having to wake up with less tire pressure, because those Continentals were just losing tire pressure and couldn't find any holes, any punctures. They were just losing air, and I'd taken them to the tire shop I think twice, and they still couldn't find anything. And one of them started, and then another one started, and then at one point I think 3 of the tires were just randomly losing pressure, and one of them was just going flat overnight. So every time I got in my car, I was basically having to air up the tires. So nobody wants that. And then, of course, I get back to the more accurate odometer and speedometer, and then just the efficiency has been much better overall. I'm back to hitting over 4 to 5 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's all great, but this is going to be a mostly highway run, and so I'm not expecting good efficiency at all. Temperatures are starting to drop, but we'll just kind of map out the route, and I'll chime you in as we get by some charging sites, and I'll just do some quick coverage of what the site looks like. And as it is, though, I'm really pressed for time anyway, so I just kind of have to get these trips in when I can get them in and make them as productive as possible. So it's time to head out. All right, so I did a really quick Walmart stop. I had some stuff that I needed to pick up. I just wanted to check out the Electrify America site while I was here. I didn't get a picture of it, but an ID4 was leaving as I showed up, and there was a Rivian R1S that was here actively charging. Ran in, picked up some groceries, and then decided to just run over and check out the site while I was here. All the chargers appear up, running perfectly good. This site is one that's been having some issues with the reliability. ABB Terra HP chargers, but they replaced a lot of the cables. They did some work on here. There's a lot of work that was done on this site, and from what I can see, it's been working great since, and they really do need it, because here in Northern California, these Electrify America sites are spaced about 150 miles apart on I-5, and there are only 4 chargers per location. So if something goes wrong, something goes down, you really are having to rely on other charging providers. And so I'd love to see Electrify America make this section, basically Sacramento to Oregon, they need to at least double the number of sites that they have, and they probably need to at least double the number of chargers that they have per site. So 4 DC fast chargers along this corridor of I-5, Northern California, just isn't good enough anymore. And then 150 mile spacing on I-5 that, we can get snow in the winter, heavy winds, heavy weather. Just doesn't make sense. So anyway, I've got a lot more driving to do, so let's hit the road. All right, well, just a quick stop at the grocery store. Not a big not a big deal or big update. They don't have really chargers here, but this is Davis, so there's a lot of electric vehicles, just not a whole lot of charging infrastructure still around. So I just need to get in and out here really quick. This is a crowded parking lot. Not a lot of room to navigate, and then just gonna hop right back on the road and then check out some chargers on the way home. So I wanted to do a quick stop off here at the Pilot in Dunnigan. This is a place I haven't been to for almost 8-9 months now. It's been a long time since I've actually traveled this direction down south, and so I wanted to see if there's any sort of progress. I hope you're all following Walter at the Network Architect channel in YouTube. I'll put a link to his channel below. He and then Steve from Plug and Play EV and I have been doing some live streams together, just sort of discussing the nature of the infrastructure. But one of the things that he's been focusing on are these pilot locations. And I can attest to it that these are some of the most sought after locations. This one happens to have both like the Cinnabon and Wendy's, but also it used to have a Denny's, but now the Denny's is closed. It looks like it's fenced off. I'm not seeing any obvious signs of construction though, and I'm wondering if maybe this Denny's is going to be renovated, and then maybe the chargers would go in that location, or who knows. Hopefully, I hate to see facilities torn out that would be useful to travelers, but it could even be replaced or whatnot with those Ultium canopies, pull-through chargers, things of that nature. This is a perfect location for it, just off of I-5, but where I-5 branches into 505. So this really is that connecting corridor north of Sacramento that connects all of Northern California all the way up into Oregon, Washington, but both the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, and the Sacramento area, so the greater Central Valley of Central and Southern California. So this is a crucial spot. If they put 8 to 10 stalls here of those split power 350 kilowatt chargers, it would still be about right. Tesla finally added a supercharger here recently. They're across the street by the Burger King and I think maybe a Starbucks and a Taco Bell over there. But yeah, I just went and grabbed a quick snack on my way home, and then I'm gonna stop somewhere else and eat it, and then more chargers to check out. Let's head out. So we're the next exit up now in Dunnigan at, well, what used to be a non-functioning ChargePoint charger. It was the old Tritium Veefil 50 kilowatt, and for months and months and maybe years, it just wasn't working right. And so, you know, to ChargePoint's credit, they've now replaced it with a CPE 250. It's supposed to be 62.5 kilowatt. It's only outputting about just under 30 kilowatt right now, which is what has been reported by some other users. So it looks like this might still only have one module in place. I'm wondering if this site might be power restricted, at which point ChargePoint really does need to update their station to say, hey, look, we're only able to charge at like 100 amp or whatever. We're not able to activate both modules. I don't know if that's the case, but it is possible that this site just needs some sort of power drop update or whatnot. Maybe something like a free wire boost that can operate off of a 30 kilowatt service would be a better option for this, because the problem is this is a gas station, right? And 62.5 kilowatt, even if it was working at full power, is way underpowered for this type of site, this location. And so I don't know what ChargePoint would need to do to convince this location to say, hey, look, let's upgrade the power. Let's put in 2 Express Plus 400, whatever it is, the split 200 kilowatt per plug chargers, and just get 4 stalls in here, ditch the level 2 AC, and just have 4 high-powered charging stalls immediately off the freeway, Interstate 5, gas station service center. You've got squeegees, you've got trash cans, you've got food and drinks and bathrooms, and so just, we're right next to a vacuum and or a air pump, a compressor. So yeah, you have all of the services that you would normally have at a gas station stop or a travel stop. So why not install the chargers that actually support that use case? Because right now, I mean, at least this is working, right? When it was the Tritium Veefil, it wasn't working at all. So this is just step one. Step two, bring it up to its actual stated power. But realistically for me, step three is upgrade this location to have actual high power DC charging. Because right now, at best, this is an overflow for the Electrify America site that's across the street at the hotels. And that's really, I think maybe the crux of the problem with this site is that, it almost needs to be flipped with the Electrify America site. If you put this unit with the 2 level 2s over at the motel and brought those 450 to 350 kilowatt chargers over here, it would make a whole lot more sense as far as travelers are concerned, as far as just the charging matching the needs of the location. So I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm just going to stay plugged in. It is a little bit expensive, 50 cents a kilowatt hour, 49 cents a kilowatt hour. That's up front on the face. You can see it on the screen. They have the new updated screen now playing videos and things like that. So I just think that ChargePoint needs to be a little bit more aware of this, this charging corridor that they have access to through the CEC. They're expanding some of these sites. They're improving them like they did here. But I think in order for ChargePoint to really become relevant, they need to take every single one of their I-5 charging sites in California and add 2 Express Plus units that are splitting 200 kilowatt per post, right? So you have basically 4 200 plus kilowatt charging stalls that off of I-5. Just don't rip out the CPE 250s, just put them in addition, and you're going to draw a lot of traffic. You might even draw some of the Tesla owners, but for sure you're going to draw non-Tesla EV owners who are fed up with Electrify America, either reduced power at their charging stations or overcrowding or chargers that are down. Giving that high power alternative along this I-5 corridor up and down California, it would immediately make ChargePoint relevant again. And I think I even mentioned this in one of their posts. Even in the eyes of investors, right, you'd probably see a 20, 30, 40%, maybe 50% bump in share price alone, just due to the consumer confidence and the fact that they're now in everybody's face as EV owners, as a real viable travel option. But anyway, I'm going to eat my lunch and maybe swing by the Electrify America charger on the way out. And pretty much that's all the news that's fit to print. The corridor looks good. I got my shopping done. There's, so far all the chargers are working, and it's, like I said, it's a viable travel corridor. It's just not got the coverage that it needs for the amount of EV travel that you're likely to encounter. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you think. What do you think of these ChargePoint sites, if they need to be updated and improved with those Express Plus, the actual 200 plus kilowatt charging units? And are you seeing any progress with the pilot Flying J locations with EVgo? We know there's a lot of them that are still flying under the radar, but I'm really looking forward to this Dunnigan one. It means we're going to have 4 charging sites between 2 exits. One of them is a supercharger. Who knows if that will be open to non-Tesla EV owners anytime soon. Hopefully that pilot has the EVgo chargers go in very soon. And then we now have a usable charge point in Dunnigan off of the Road 6 exit. And then I'll, like I said, get some B-roll of the Electrify America just across the street. It's probably much busier, but 4 chargers, 150 to 350 kilowatt. Another usable site, just not the greatest location off of a freeway exit. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll have to start catching up again soon. And I got some lunch to eat, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Check out Steve at Plug and Play EV. Check out Walter at the Networked Architect channel. They're doing some good coverage too. So thank you for watching.